41% of us have a soul. 59% of us are completely soulless. Yeah, you heard it right. I'm going to ask a series of questions towards the end of this video, 10 questions that I have written down that I'm going to ask you guys. And if you answer 4 to them as yes, then there's a very powerful chance or good chance that you were born soulless. You were put here to interfere. I usually call them interferers, people that come on Earth to interfere with the souled creatures, or the people that were programmed at birth with the soul. And I'm kind of referring back to our NPC World video series we did in 2012, 2013, 2014. We did quite a few NPC videos. And it's non-player. NPC stands for non-player character. It's when you're playing a video game and you got a bunch of people running around that are not playing with you, but they're there to create a distraction or a little bit of interference or to give you a message to move you on, right? And that's what's happening here on Earth on a real plain level. Oh yeah, because it's all a game, it's all a stage. Okay? Now this NPC world, I usually refer to NPCs as non-player contacts. And you guys kept in the comments correcting me, saying, no, it's non-player character, Mike. You gotta get it right. If you want to say it right. But now you guys are starting to see what I mean by non-player contacts, right? Anyways, so you see these people and going through motions, going through, punching the time clock, going in and going out, driving like robots, following the status quo, being told, following the narratives, following and preaching and regurgitating what the mainstream media or the news or some influencer said, like it's gospel, without knowing it for themselves. And for the first time, okay, in human history, the soulless people outnumber the soul people. So we're looking at 59% of human body or humans on Earth are soulless. 41% have a soul. And the last time that this was, or the last time we had these kind of balance in numbers was I'm guessing the time of Noah. Maybe we had a revisit of this kind of balance at the time of Moses, right? Maybe before the arrival of Jesus, because of this unbalancedness, that there was this spiritual battle, this war that was going on, being fought or disputed here on Earth. Remember, folks, life is an experience. Life is a life experience. We're here to experience life. We're here to enjoy, take in, experience, to love. I think there's a lot going on, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I have other videos where I talk about this over the last 10, 15 years. And you're seeing this, how you know? I'll tell you how you know. It's because you are seeing this uptick in violence, murder, robbery, and broken relationships, destruction of the family unit. You're seeing it over and over and over, and you're seeing this uptick because a majority of people who are soulless, they don't have a soul, right? And, you're seeing theft, murder, all kinds of stuff happening all over the place. And I'm believing, and I'm starting to see more and more of this because of the soullessness. You see, if we go back to our junk DNA video we made back in 2014, we were telling you, the junk DNA that we have in us is actually a story of who we are, where we came from, and it's our fingerprint. And that's the veil that was put on us when we came here. You don't want to believe me? I don't care. But that's what it is. The junk DNA is, if you decipher it, it is a story of who we are, where we came from, and what our purpose is, or what our mission is imprinted in that junk DNA on this earth. What we're supposed to be accomplishing here, if we can, right? So that's stamped in there, and that's also stamped in. That junk DNA is stamped in with a veil, right? And people will be, so we deciphered that it means this and that. No, it doesn't. Trust me on this, it doesn't. And I wrote down. I had to write this down because it's just too much to remember. If you answer yes to 4 of these, there's a very good chance that you are an NPC, that you are soulless, and could answer why maybe you are destroying other people's lives and ruining other people, okay? So let me grab it over here. I'm going to read this to you guys. Okay. So if you answer yes to 4 of these, there's a very good chance that you are soulless. You fit in the 59% bracket, okay? Lack of empathy. Number 1, if you have a lack of empathy, you're cold, you express a cold, detached behavior. That's number 1. Number 2, moral indifference. No guilt for harmful actions. If you have no guilt for creating harm, stealing, ripping people off, and you have no guilt, it's moral indifference, number 2. Number 3, inability to connect emotionally, and emotionally at a deep level, right? So if you cry and express your emotions on a semi-regular, if you cry at a funeral, you cry for hearing about some friend's bad luck or something, or it's because your soul is tingling. You're feeling it, and it's pushing you to that motion, right? Inability to connect emotionally. So that's number 3. Number 4, manipulative behavior. Using others as tools for personal gain. So basically, you would see more of the politicians, the social media influencers that are here to save you, mainstream media. So basically, that's manipulative behaviors. Number 4. Number 5, materialism, and being superficial, right? So you prioritize wealth over the well-being of others. So that's number 5. So if you're a very materialistic person, there's a very good chance that you're hoarding or gaining or obtaining things on this plane because your soul lingeringly knows that there's no existence after you pass. And number 6, rejection of spirituality. People dismiss any form of spirituality, right? So if you can't find a spiritual side to your side of mixed in with consciousness, and if you can't find that spiritual side, we've gotten into this many times before, but basically, number 6, rejection of spirituality. You guys know what that means. Number 7, cruelty and sadism. Yeah, you take the pleasure of causing pain to others. So if you see others getting hurt and you enjoy it, I'm not talking about watching a movie. I'm talking about you hurting somebody purposefully, and you find pleasure in it. That's one right there. Number 7. Number 8, absence of purpose or meaning. You express nihilistic views, rejecting any sense of higher purpose, or the significance of life. So if you have the absence of purpose, that is major, because that is another one, number 8. Number 9, persistence to deceitfulness. Your persistent deceitfulness, right? Constantly lying and treat human connection as an expendable. So if you're using people as expendables to get yourself higher or higher up that corporate ladder or government job or whatever you're doing to get by, to feed your family, you are basically expending others for you to get ahead, right? And number 10, lack of gratitude. You take everything for granted, showing no appreciation for kindness, right? So if you answered yes to 4 of these, there's a very good chance that you are an NPC. You were not programmed at birth with a soul. You basically so basically you weren't, sorry, I was interrupted there. So basically you were born without a programmed soul, and it happens. It's just like there's the odd abortion here, there's the odd mishap in life, or my chain fell off my bike, or someone stole 10 grand from me. Being born or programmed at birth without a soul is just one of those mishaps too. It was done purposefully to bring people into on earth to basically roam around, create the interference, create the bad judgments that we're seeing, break and destroy private property, destroy families, right? So we're seeing that, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. This is the first time in human history, or probably the second or third time from what I said earlier, that the unsouled people, or the soulless people, or the NPCs, or whatever you want to call them, outweigh the souled people, the people with a soul, right? Anyways, let me know what your answers are in the how many did you answer yes to of the 10 that I mentioned here in today's video. I look forward to reading your comments below. Let me know what you guys think of what I'm saying. These are just follow-up videos I'm making that we made years ago. Lots of videos we made, over 5,000 videos we made over the years. You know, trying to guide people into seeing where things are going and where they're headed, right? Anyways, am I delusional? Let me know in the comments below. That's okay. If you think I'm delusional for saying this, that's okay. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.